as Tyree's family is preparing to say their final goodbyes this week on Wednesday, his parents joined Politics Nation to talk about a little of their son and what they want to see come next.
Tyree was just a beautiful person. He was full of life. As you can see, he loved to skateboard. He loved to watch the sunsets. He was a great dad. And he was just a roundabout good person.
Roundabout good person. Joining me now is the host of Politics Nation and president of the National Action Network, Reverend Al Sharpton, who oftentimes is the voice, the leading voice in so many of these issues. Rev, as always, it's fantastic to talk to you today. What stood out to you in that conversation yesterday with Tyree's parents?
It was very much, I was very much moved by the fact the mother, despite her hurt and pain, and talking about how close she was with Tyree, and to the point where he had even a tattoo of her name on his arm. She was also saying she was praying for the family of the 5 police officers that killed her son, saying that these officers had ruined their life too. And it gave me a sense of the kind of person Tyree was raised by. If in your hour of pain, your son killed by people, you reach out and pray for the families of the killers. It showed me that this young man came from a kind of family that certainly above and beyond everything didn't deserve what he got. I don't think anyone deserves what he did get, but it also shows he came from a family that was a God-fearing, very positive environment.
Rev, how many of these eulogies have you had to deliver as of late? I know you're going to be delivering a eulogy for Tyree on Wednesday. How many have you had to give?
I mean, I almost lose count when I look at. I did the eulogy for Eric Gardner. I did the eulogy for Michael Brown in Ferguson with the Ferguson killing. I did 2 of the eulogies of George Floyd. It on and on in Brooklyn, Minnesota. Probably about 10 to 15, and every time. And it's not only the eulogies. National Action Network, they're helping to organize and call for protests. We did the big march, 200,000 people in the middle of the pandemic, for all of the families in August of 2020, and so it's the mobilization and the eulogies. And when you look at it, every time you kind of sit back and say, maybe we're making some progress. We did get an executive order. Then something else happens to remind us, unless we change the laws, unless they're federal laws, unless we deal with policemen having to be held accountable in terms of they can be sued themselves, I don't think we're going to see this change, because I don't think police feel that they have any skin in the game in terms of being at risk of losing something personally.
So let me ask you this, Rev. 10 to 15, probably more, let's be honest, that you've delivered at this point.
Right.
I just talked to Antonia about the message that the community was hearing from their local pastors, right? So often in these communities, the Black communities, they turn to the churches, right, for guidance, for what to do next, and then also how to heal, right? As you're going into this thing, what are you thinking, right? The pastor today delivering this message of hope and heartbreak, but also political reform, right, as you just talked about. So you've been up there so many times, center stage, talking about this over and over again. As frustrating for you at times as it is for members of this community, what is going to be your message?
My message is going to be that we must not stop until we get a federal law like the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. We must end qualified immunity. Policemen need to know, and their families need to know, that when they behave in this way, they can not only, if they get caught, because I think many of them feel they couldn't get caught, but if they don't get caught, they still risk losing their home, their cars, personally. Not just counties are going to pay their way out of it, or cities. And I think that what I will say to people is that we must have a sustained movement around federal laws, and we can't stop till we get it. Just like they didn't stop in the 60s until they got the Civil Rights Act or the Voting Rights Act, we can't stop until we get these laws changed and end qualified immunity federally, because we can't have it one state to a different state to a different law in another state. And you get healing in redeeming the nation. Your healing comes out of redeeming the laws around policing. You're not going to get healed just on your knees praying. You're going to get healed doing good work.
We're going to talk more about that in the 2 hours to come. Rev, as always, we thank you for being a leading voice in this.